You are watching Culture Gumbo or listening to Culture Gumbo with your host, Shakira.
What up? My name is LL Slim Fat Jesus.
Okay. I don't have a short acronym for that. So what he said.
My name is Will.
what he said. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and put that up on there.
Yeah, you put it like right here, like when
ladies love, Slim
Fat Jesus. So if y'all don't know, I'm on the journey of growing my hair out and locking my hair so I can look like Fat Jesus. But I'm also in the process of losing some weight. You know what I'm saying? So I can be healthy. I'm trying to get this one ab. You know what I mean? So as honor changes, I'm still Wildress, you know what I'm saying? But the ladies love Slim Fat Jesus because I found some Kangos on sale that I'm about to cop, and when this one ab come in, it's LL Summer every day.
Are you getting sister locks or regular dreadlocks?
I don't know yet.
That's the tiny ones. That's the really tiny one.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I just remember having long hair previously and how much upkeep it was. I'm trying to have the patience to grow this joint out. Y'all see, I constantly gotta have.
Just get them sewn in like some of the other guys. They just have attachments of dreads.
Yo, come on, yo. I don't think this is real. You don't ever disrespect me, man. Don't ever.
I'm just saying. It happens. People do it, right? Ladies, gentlemen, just attach it. I'm not with that because I don't know where the hair came
from. Why you gonna come at me? Like I'm just
saying, like, men is on some other stuff now. So it's like,
what you mean? Y'all be out here wearing the eyelashes that bat before your eyes close.
That's true, but we know that's not real.
And let me tell you something. I am not one to judge what a woman does with her body, but I'm sick of these motherfucking eyelashes, man. Okay? Now, when you wear the lashes, yo, do your thing. Pop out, yo. But when your lashes is out here looking like bird wings,
I agree. I don't wear lashes unless it's like for an event or something I'm doing. I got to dress up.
I need to understand the appeal. We need to have an entire episode where we bring women on and I ask them questions that I need the answers to.
I'm so down with that because there are a lot of lash technicians now too. So.
Right, everybody's a lash technician or an esthetician or competition. Everybody does something.
Yeah. So I'm not hating them. It's a great. Listen, get in where you could fit in, new business, whatever. So
you're saying, but your joint shouldn't look like bird wings, B. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with that. All right. So it is the holiday season, and sometimes it's not the best season for everybody. Sometimes it is, but we always around this time think about how important it is to find something to be grateful or something to be joyous about, whatever it may be. So, Will, what is your season joy this year?
I don't like the term Thanksgiving.
I didn't say. I said holiday season.
Saying, I'm just putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's just Turkey Day. It's just a day where you get around your people and y'all all eat some good food, and it's national holiday for that. I mean, that's the most American fucking thing I've ever heard, but whatever.
But they have something similar in other cultures.
I am thankful for rest. You know what I mean? Like I'm, you know me here. I'm constantly on the go. I'm constantly doing something. I'm constantly working. I'm beginning to learn what rest means. Shout out to my friend Shelby, who also is putting me up on rest. But I'm learning what rest means, and I'm kind of taking this week to like rest and reset and kind of get prepared for the next year. And basically the end of the year for me is just getting a lot of rest in. So I'm appreciative of that. And of course appreciative of seeing my family and friends that, I don't normally see throughout the year. So and yams. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the yams. Shout out to that yams and macaroni and cheese combination. I know you don't like my food touching, but when the yams,
those are the only two, I'll do that.
I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Let the juices flow.
I'm with you. This year for me, it's been peace. I'm grateful for peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's to come after that, but it is peace. I won't be seeing family and friends this year for the most part, but that'll change in 2022. I'm not like, it ain't a downer for me, honestly. Um, but I'm happy for the peace. I gained a lot of peace this year. Even peace where I'm at, like, and where I'm going. I've
Mhm.
gained a lot of peace, and that's a real difficult thing to do, because sometimes you want to dwell on what you don't have and what you could have and where you could be. So for me, it's been the peace factor. I'm grateful for that. And yeah, like, I'm chilling this year. I'm making sure that this year is not going to be the same as next year, and
Yep.
I'm putting those things in order so that they can't be. And yeah, so, and I relaunched my other podcast. In addition to this, we've tried to be as consistent as we could with Culture Gumbo, and we'll continue to be consistent. And I'm Not 20 Anymore has just relaunched, and look very nervous for that. I hope I at least get one listener. But if I don't, I'll just keep doing it until somebody wants to listen to me.
There
So,
we go.
anywho, all right, let's get this show started. We have a great show for you. So a lot of things has happened, and we're not gonna hold you because we know you know as well, but we definitely will share some of our take on what's going on and how it affects us as a culture. So, we'll take it away.
So, first up is actually something that I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I've heard about it, but I wasn't privy to it before. It's actually the case of Julius Jones. If you're not familiar with it, Julius Jones was recently on the death penalty in Oklahoma. The governor of Oklahoma, I believe his name is Kevin Stitt, actually stopped the execution.
Like 2 hours before.
Yeah, like right before. And you know what, man? And it was with the help of a lot of people, man. But somebody I definitely want to feel like she gets a bad rap, but I was reading, I was seeing like she was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. It's Kim
Kim
Kardashian.
Kardashian. She did do
I ain't
some
never
more.
been a fan of her, yo. But like seeing a lot of stuff that she's doing, she's definitely using her celebrity for for good reasons. I know she has some really amazing black women working with her who are lawyers, who actually work with her a lot because I think she's trying to become a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's
I'm
trying
not
to
gonna
take
lie.
past the
That'll be
bar.
one time you see me shout out a Kardashian. I don't watch the show, I'm not a fan, whatever. But yeah, shout out to her for that. Um, so he recently stopped the execution, and I was kind of reading up on a lot of this. So they haven't moved him out of the death row unit yet.
No.
They're still in the process of doing that. But they were speaking with like his friends and his family and how excited they were. And for the family, this is not something that is like, okay, we won and this is it. No, they want him exonerated.
Well, because there was someone that actually admitted to the killing that they're accusing him of years
Yeah.
ago, and that person is free.
Yeah, and that from what they're saying is that the guy, I believe his name is Christopher Jordan. He actually apparently admitted to 3 people in prison that he committed the murder and that he framed Julius Jones. So from everything that I've read about it, it's really weird because he pled not guilty, but he actually was very right in pleading not guilty. But it was the way that his lawyers actually pled the case
Presented the
originally.
case,
So
right?
they didn't present his alibi apparently originally in the original case. He was at home eating with his family at the time of the murder. So there's a lot of things don't match up. Also, the eyewitnesses who were there said that the person who actually committed the murder had 1 or 2 inches of hair. Julius did not have any hair on his head at the time of these murders of this murder happening. So it's a lot that goes into it. The issue now comes to be with the governor stated that he couldn't get parole, and that nothing else will change outside of him receiving the stay and he wouldn't be executed. But now it's a wonder of if the next Oklahoma governor can possibly pardon him and if that's possible.
I believe that's possible. And I really hope, for the sake of the so many innocent, especially Black men that are sitting in prison right now for crimes that they really did not do, I really hope that that's the case, because it's just unfortunate for all these years, and he was never able to have any visitors for the last 20 years. So his mom, once he gets out of that the life section, he will be able to have visitors, and his mom will be able to actually see him in 20 years. So I'm still hoping that this fight continues and that we see some justice for Julius Jones.
Yeah, this one kind of hits home because I shout out to my cousin Saheed, man. I love you, bro. He's actually literally sitting in prison right now, doing life for a crime that he didn't commit. And they know he didn't commit it because at the time he was nowhere near it. So and I've got a couple other friends who are actually fighting the criminal system right now. And yeah, everyone is not innocent, but when somebody has a clear alibi, this is one of those things where you begin to again understand that the justice system was not made
Was
for
not set up for us.
we weren't, you know what I mean? So that's where the issue is, but all we can do is keep fighting.
That's it. Next case. So I believe today in the Ahmaud Arbery case, they are completing their closing arguments.
I believe so.
I think I just read that this morning, and might be expecting the verdict this week, possibly. Let's just stay tuned with the Ahmaud Arbery case, because although the shooters, especially the youngest one, the son that shot him, he has been saying that he did not pose a threat. Ahmaud Arbery did not pose a threat to him. And he said a lot of things on stand that was like, so why is this still, case closed, pretty much is what I feel like. But now you have jurors involved, and 11 of them, was it 11 or 10 of them are Caucasian? So my expectation is not that high, in all honesty. And I'll be really surprised and excited if this is in the favor of Ahmaud Arbery, who we can't get back. But his family will know that there will be some justice for those that just unwrongfully pulled out pistols and killed him.
So this case is kind of aggravating me from the start, especially with the lawyers. I mean, they were literally in there trying to bully Jesse Jackson to be pushed
to not out. Be in the courtroom,
bro. Like, but from what I was reading, he has a history of trying to cause these type of issues because he wanted to cause a mistrial. But in reading up on the testimony from McMichael and from Brian Jr., like you said, they said at the time Ahmaud had no gun. He didn't pose a threat. Nothing happened. They chased him, wanting to make a citizen's arrest because of things that had previously happened in this community. Right. But apparently the community, from other people who testified or who had witness statements, this had been going on in that neighborhood for almost 15 years, that there was issues. So the fact that they decided to bother him on this day is really something different for me. On top of that, the guy, I believe Brian Jr., who actually filmed it and helped out, he even said he didn't even know what the hell he was chasing him for. He just saw the McMichaels chasing after this guy and decided, hey, let me go help, and then hit Ahmaud with his car or with his truck. So it's one of those things where it's like, you went looking for trouble. Yeah. Like, you had no point. You had no reason to bother this young man. You had no reason to go and cause any kind of issues. If you really wanted to help, you should have called the fucking police. and you should have left it to the police. But instead, no, you didn't. And then you took this young man's life, and then you want us to believe that, oh, it's self-defense for you. How is it self-defense? You attacked him.
Right.
You attacked him,
He
and
was the
you're wanting him
victim.
to.
He was the victim
And
the whole
so,
time.
and so in that situation, it's one of those things where it's you kind of run the risk of because every situation is different, and we'll talk about it. And when we talk about the Rittenhouse case, is you weren't inciting the situation. You are the main reason that this situation began, and you're the main reason as to why it ended this way. So while I don't believe that there's any way possible these three men should be walking away freely.
How much confidence do you have in the justice system?
And that's the thing. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. And it's disheartening because I don't know at this point. I don't know how to feel about it because I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. You know what I'm saying? If I mind my business, you can still kill me. If I don't mind my business, you can still kill me. If I defend myself, then you have reasonable rights, reasons to kill me. Right. So at this point, I don't have a fighting chance. So if I don't have a fighting chance, what am I supposed to do then? And I'm not, and mind you, I'm not a passive aggressive person. I'm not one of those people, but I do believe in protecting people and my friends and family around me and myself. So, everybody's like, oh man, if I was in that situation, and I was in what would I have done? No, you don't know what the fuck you would have done because you don't know what it's like being in that situation. I can only imagine how scary of a situation that is. Having, experienced things on a smaller scale, people don't understand that being Black in America, as soon as you walk out of the door, man, even more so as a Black man.
You are a threat, especially as a Black man. You are a threat. You're a threat, and you don't even know what you don't even know it. And that's why I feel like, raising young Black men today, it's difficult when you got to have that conversation. Like, listen, like whether it's you got to walk from home, some people, just and it's like, it's sad because honestly, you don't want to have that conversation, but you do. And we can't really fully thoroughly explain, like, you're just automatically hated.
I can do everything right in this world and I'm still a threat. I'm a threat when I walk out the door. I'm clearly a criminal when I wear nice clothes and I have a nice car. I'm being aggressive when I'm smart and I'm defending myself. Yep. So I clearly can't win. I'm not the problem. Maybe America's the problem. Maybe America.
Maybe. It's definitely.
No, when I say maybe, I'm being passive aggressive.
Because I'm like, it's a definite. It's an unfortunate definite because it's all the time that has gone on. You would think that we would be so much further, but the reality is, as time continues on, we get smarter, we get more innovative. We realize, we got to work for ourselves because you can't work, so many things. So anyway, I won't go down the rabbit hole, but I will say, listen, I continue to pray for our Black men every day because it's not easy, no matter what you're doing, whether you work for somebody, whether you're trying to work for yourself, whether you're trying to get loans, whether you're trying to, move ahead up in life or just get healthy. He was running, like, doing nothing of any threat besides just.
I'm gonna be honest, yo, and I have no knowledge of anything that goes on there, or anything like this. This is pure observation. If they don't come back with a guilty verdict, there's probably gonna be bigger problems because if I'm not mistaken, that area is predominantly Black.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. Those people are not gonna. They're not gonna sit by and just. And it's gonna be issues there, and that's the unfortunate thing is.
But that's what's causing an uprising everywhere because it's like, and then people have to remember this younger generation don't have no filter and can care less about anybody. So it's going to cause a much bigger issue, bigger riot, bigger, just I just feel like if something doesn't change soon in the next few years, and I'm saying the next few years because I don't know what's happening today, America gonna have it in. That's all I can say when it comes to Black and brown people, and that's why. And we go back to voting, but that's why we need to be in more places and more arenas. We need to be on more platforms. We need to be, because nobody else is going to do it but us.
We are not consistent. We're not consistent as a people, regardless, because we get in our feelings every time something happens.
Right.
Joe Biden came out and made the statement that he made, which I don't fully agree with, about the justice system. But then already people were just like, oh, fuck him and Kamala. But you didn't read what Kamala said. You know what I'm saying? You clearly didn't read what Kamala said, because Kamala did not say that in her statement.
No, she didn't say that.
We have to understand that in every situation, especially in voting, most times you're dealing with the lesser of two evils. So
and all these people are puppets. Let's be honest.
You have to understand exactly where the bread is buttered, because now people are like, oh, okay, well, I'm not doing this. I'm not voting for this. I'm not voting for that. You don't even vote for your local election, which is where you are affected the most.
Where these local cops are killing people, and
you're so focused on the fucking presidential race, you're not going out and voting for your governors. You're not going out and voting for the DA. Man, whatever. I'm not about to fucking do this with y'all. And quit fucking trying to do racial conciliation over fucking pizza, especially not no goddamn Domino's pizza.
Oh my gosh!
Damn Pepsi can. I was watching this shit outside the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, and they sharing pizza, and I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Like, and listen, all about racial conciliation, yo. Racial reconciliation, but quit trying to fucking sell reconciliation over fucking stale ass pizza and some damn Pepsi. Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
As they say.
You offer me some pizza and you tell me, oh, I'm not racist, but I've got this fucking KKK and all this other stuff on. No, I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm trying to throw hands at that point, B. You understand what I'm saying? See.
Pretty much. All right, moving on. Although we still in the same thing. So you did mention Kyle Rittenhouse.
Piss me off.
I'm sorry. That's what's happening in the world. Okay. He was found not guilty on all charges.
Were you shocked? Of course not.
Nope, not at all. And they let him get on the stand, which doesn't happen often either. No. I know, but he's young. He's, and then I watched one of the victims that died, his grandmother, and she was just like, I'm happy that there's so we can start healing. I'm happy that there's some justice so we can start healing, because she's like, I've had to watch that video or that tape every day for the last, 20 something days. And we're ready to stop watching it. We've been in the courtroom every day and we're ready to stop watching it, and we're ready to start, healing so that we can officially say goodbye to her grandchild. My question was, did we anticipate any other verdict? And the answer between both of us is no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Is that you saw it from the beginning when you saw the judge. They weren't allowed to call them victims. He chastised the prosecution on a number of different occasions. And the thing about it is, he got off on technicalities. I mean, that's where you're like, man, the justice system's not made for us. And I saw a number of people, even some of my white friends, were like, man, if that was a black guy, he would have.
We already know if it was a black guy or brown or Latino or Asian, they might have got off. But I don't even know if they would have got off.
I was not shocked. I was more or less shocked at the fact that when the verdict did come out, people were trying to rub people's faces in it. Like, there are Republicans who want to offer this kid an internship.
Oh, he's gonna do well, and he's gonna do well. That's what pisses me off. That right there is what pisses me off. That he's gonna do well.
He did an interview with trash ass Tucker Carlson, where they talked about it and he said that it was self-defense, that he supports Black Lives Matter. It had nothing to do with race. But fam, you were in pictures after all this happened, holding up racial signs, and I just don't. If the question you asked is, would it have been the same if he were brown or black? Hell no. If he were brown or black, it probably wouldn't have reached that level. They would have been talking about, taking him outside to shoot him out back and all kinds of other nonsense. This kid, at the end of the day, went across state lines.
He might have died in jail before there was even a jury if he was black. Let's be real.
He had a gun. He had a gun, which he shouldn't have had. The gun was legal. They threw that one out because of a technicality on that. Everything that happened was a technicality. And when I look at the case, the judge was on the fucking defense. He made a mockery of the entire courtroom the entire time he was there. I honestly feel like they need to look at some of his previous cases and to see how he treated other people during those cases also. But he made an entire mockery of the system. Like, come on, yo.
Because they looked at it as it was his, like he was their son. I don't know, but I know this won't be the first. That's just the reality, because I feel like there's a message that was sent by him being not guilty.
Yeah, there was. It's kind of a hey, fuck you type thing,
right?
You know what I mean? And people kind of got off on it. And then they depicted the 3 people who were killed based off of their own records, which I'm like, what did that have? What did their records have to do with it? You know what I mean? Like, this was such a loaded case that I knew from the jump that he wasn't going to do any time. I knew. I knew. My pop was in the living room watching it one day, and me and him were actually talking about it a couple times, and I told him literally 2 weeks before they came back, I said, bro, they're not gonna make him guilty of that. So
no. So well, quick transition. We did talk about these 2 cases, these 3 cases really. So gun laws in America, where do we go from here? Do you think that there is an issue with gun laws in America versus, of course, yes, if you're a felon, you can't get a gun. But other than that, anybody else can, for the most part. Me personally, I do. After seeing a recent video of a young girl, well, not even before that, I just feel like if you're single and you're Black, but if you're a single woman, period, whether you're Black or not, I think you should own a gun for the purpose of self-defense, just because a lot of crazies out here these days. So I am pro having a gun for defense purposes, but I don't feel like it's enough laws to protect those in urban communities where there are kids that get a hold of guns so easily.
Well, gun laws weren't made for us. We just so happened to get to a point where we
to know how to do it, to know how to apply for one.
We started to say, hey, we're gonna take care of our own. While I do believe in the right to own a gun, I personally believe that there has to be much stricter gun laws out here in order to protect everyone in their well-being. You shouldn't be able to go to Walmart and buy a loaf of bread and a fucking shotgun. You should not be able to have certain mental illnesses, and not certain mental. You shouldn't be able to have mental illness and be out here recklessly carrying the gun.
I think everyone should have to get a notice from their primary doctor that they are
I think it does. I think it does, like, especially, because like I said, there are people who do have depression. You know what I'm saying? There are people who have some issues, but I do think that you should be required to get a psych evaluation and have to pass certain tests and have to do certain things before you're able to get a gun. Overall, there needs to be a stricter laws created. The
Right.
issue with creating stricter laws is that when you start thinking of stricter laws, then all of a sudden you have a bunch of people saying, "Oh, you're trying to take my guns away." No, we're not trying to take your guns away, but we are trying to be able to make sure that we're protecting our kids
Right.
and other individuals from being able to not see their next birthday because such and such got upset and wanted to shoot up a location.
Right. Yeah, because we're in a society where a lot of people are operating off of their emotions mainly more than their logical sense of is this right or wrong. And even the case, I believe it in Wisconsin, I'm not sure what state, but there was like a little boy and they went to Dave and Buster's, and in the parking lot he ended up shooting um, somebody that was, I guess, wasn't his friend anymore, or they got upset. He got upset, ended up shooting him. I don't think the kid died, but he was in critical condition. And the kid that shot him was like 11.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, okay, your parents dropped you off. Of course, that means you probably got the gun from your house. But nobody, so my next question to that is, who do we when it comes to protecting our children, who do we blame? Is it the gun makers, the gun lawmakers, the parents?
I think we blame everybody because
Yeah.
everybody's working um in a cohesive manner. You have the gun makers who are only worried about their bottom line. You have the gun lawmakers who are, working with the gun makers who call a lot of shots and who have money for their campaigns. You have all those things. They they turn it into a full blown business, not realizing that this full blown business is killing our kids and is killing people. People talk about black on black crime, this and that and the other, which that shit does not exist. There's not a black on black crime. There's not a fucking white on white crime. The crime is going to happen based off of the location of where you are. And if it's majority black, that's what it's going to be. If it's majority white, that's what it's going to be. If you're in a Spanish neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on.
Right.
But when you look at the crack epidemic of the 80s and you look at how guns came in, we were poor.
Right. Oh no,
So
they were shipped directly to us.
we weren't buying fucking guns. It's the same manner as when they were fucking going into neighborhoods and leaving
It's
bricks
with the
in
crack
certain
and
areas.
cocaine.
Right. It's the same manner was when they were going to certain areas a couple of years ago and they were leaving bricks so you can destroy your own neighborhood. The same thing happened with guns. All this stuff goes back decades and decades, and we just got lazier with the
Right.
protection, with the things that we should do, until we literally have a moment where we come to the understanding of, hey, this is not about political. This is not about black or white. This is about protecting everybody. We're never gonna get shit done.
Right.
It's always gonna be this way. And when you look at other places, I know everybody says, "Oh, America's a great place to be," and it doesn't take away from that. I mean, America has some great things. I'm not gonna be a liar and say it doesn't. I mean, I'm not out here fucking celebrating America every day because I'm still a black man in America. But the fact of the matter is that everything is completely divided, and it starts with political affiliation. Political
Right.
affiliation trickles down to black and white, black and white, and then political affiliation, you could say. But until we get
And
to a place
class.
where we're like, yo, we want to stop this, we want to make these changes, we're never going to make these changes.
Right. So yeah, that's just that. And only time will tell, honestly, because I don't, this is a class-based society we live in, and in the poor neighborhoods, they get all the drugs, the guns, and access to just kind of kill ourselves off. But
Lazy fucking people, man.
anywho, so we are moving on to our next topic. It is the What's Going On segment. We won't hold you with this one, but it is a lot going on in addition to everything that we just talked about. Unfortunately, a rapper out of Memphis, Tennessee, Young Dolph, was shot and killed in his local neighborhood in a local cookie shop that he was just out buying for his mother. And in broad daylight, I guess someone seen his vehicle there. You kind of can't miss it. It's a camo Lamborghini, and it's bulletproof. He just happened to not be in it when that happened, and it was two shooters that jumped out of a Mercedes. One of my favorite cars, a Mercedes, and shot him in the cookie shop. It's really unfortunate and sad that that happened. I send condolences to his family, to his children, to his girlfriend, and just, it's the truth is, it's really difficult to be back in your old neighborhood once you become a millionaire, or even if you're not a millionaire, once you become successful. We learned that with Nipsey Hussle. We learned that with there's a few other rappers out there. And this is the first time that people has tried to kill him, unfortunately. So it's just unfortunate. And I hope that we get to a place where it gets better and not worse, because I feel like every rapper is talking about killing and drugs and this and that. And there's so many other rappers, but I just feel like, what happened to rap battles? Like, what happened to like, if you don't like, so like, what happened to that? Why do we have to kill each other? Like, there's no resolve to that, honestly.
I mean, in this situation, because we don't really know exactly what happened, I don't know if it has anything to do with rap or not. I mean, more or less time, when you go back to your own neighborhood and you're highly successful, people are jealous and they want to murder you.
Right.
In this case, it's very unfortunate because he was actually back in town to do a turkey giveaway.
Right.
He does this every year in Memphis. What's sad is that the previous week, I believe, they had posted it's a cookie shop called Makita's Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
They had posted that every time he comes home, he gets cookies, he goes there, whatever. So it seems like people were paying attention on social media, or they knew. But when they were showing, and it's so unfortunate, they were showing like surveillance video of it and seeing how close he was, and they were saying that the people who worked in the cookie store, I believe, said that he was actually on the phone when everything happened and everyone was in the store. But it's just one of those things, man, where it's disappointing. I mean, being a rapper seems to have like a shorter shelf life than carrying a disease that you can't get rid of, and
right.
It's rough. Definitely sending prayers out to his family and friends. I hate the fact that it's turned into this, and then immediately, and that's the scary part of social media, is that right after this happened, people immediately were putting it on Yo Gotti and Black Youngster, and then there was talk that Yo Gotti's mother's restaurant was shot up,
and that wasn't. People said that wasn't true.
Yeah, it was confirmed that neither one of those things were true, but that tells you how reckless social media is. As much as the power of social media is so great that the negative and the positive of it is literally the same issue, is that people are giving too much power to make these statements. And then of course, the whole thing with Soulja Boy, which I don't even know what to make of that. I
I guess he rapped. I guess Young Dolph had said something about him in a rap, and then he said something, and so he went on live and was like, and I seen the live where he was like, I got 100,000, whoever give me his address or whatever, because he talking all this, but we all know that Soulja Boy is a talker. He's
I
a
must be
talker.
completely out of touch because when I was younger coming up, I mean, I know he's younger than us. When I was younger coming up, Soulja Boy was a dance rapper.
He was.
When the fuck did he become a gangster?
He was doing Superman that hoe. He wasn't talking about guns and killing and all this other stuff. So when he did that, and then the next week he gets murdered, I don't know if that had any affiliation or not. Then they took him off Millennium Tour, and he still tweets, I'm still getting paid. It's not my fault that guy died. And I'm just like, how insensitive.
Yeah,
And not only
he got took off like certain days, right? Like specific
yeah.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were going to the South and they didn't want any issues to come to us. A lot of people on that tour. So, but not only that, it's just very insensitive. And it's like when you do stuff like that, you kind of automatically put a target on your back when you're talking about somebody else that just passed. And it's just unfortunate. I hope I seen that they did take in custody 2 people from the death of Young Dolph. I don't know if those were the 2 that killed them.
Nah, this was from another shooting at the memorial.
Okay. Yeah, because
they did find the Mercedes though.
okay, because they did say that after that it was going crazy in Memphis and people was just shooting people. Like it was,
Yeah.
I've seen a few people that I follow that live in Memphis, and although I'm only 4 hours away, I really wanted to visit Memphis, but I don't have much of a desire anymore because I'm not trying to accidentally get in the middle of anybody's crossfire. So
you can't go to Houston either. So
I do want to go to Houston though.
But you can't go to Houston right now. You need to wait.
No, I wouldn't go till like next year.
Well, now you need to probably apologize to the Beehive first before you.
Oh, cut it out. Who cares? Anyway, moving on. Ghostface and Rayquan was on Drink Champs. Did you see it?
Did not get a chance to see it. I did see a couple clips on it though.
It is like 4 hours long, but I was busy doing something while I listened to it. But that's how you know it was good, because they really sat there do it. It was just really refreshing. They shared a lot of great stories about what it was like coming up as Wu, and that they possibly may have their own documentary coming out. So you can see their full story and not just like the Wu-Tang itself, but their personal stories of coming up. So if you haven't seen it and you're listening or watching, definitely go. If you're a fan, I don't know how you cannot be a fan, but I mean, maybe you aren't, I don't know, but I'm definitely a fan. I still find Ghostface very attractive. And
what does that have to do with being a fan?
Yeah, but I still find him very attractive. I just have to say that. Rayquan, they both made me want to go back and listen to the Purple Tape. And Ghostface said that his first album was not his, he didn't feel like it was a good album at all. Could you believe that? Like his first solo album, Supreme Clientele?
He said what?
It wasn't he did not like the album at all. He don't even feel like the album represented him because he was sickly. And he had just found out he had like diabetes, and he just pushed through to do the album, but he didn't feel like the album was, and everybody was like, your fans would find this like they don't agree, because I thought the album was one of the best.
Yeah, Supreme Clientele was fire.
But he was like, he didn't feel like it really represented him because he really just was going through the motions at that time and had a lot going on in his life. So
Ghost is an underrated lyrical monster, yo. I was listening to, I heard somebody playing in the car when I was in the car yesterday. Somebody was playing Cherche La Ghost.
Yes.
Diving to that. Tommy Mottola. Yeah, that's a joint. Yeah.
Oh, you have to, and sorry, I am spoiling this, but I don't care. He said he got into a shootout with the Delphonics.
What?
You remember they were on his album?
Yeah.
somehow they were following him and and then some people and he had to pull out the gun and they were following him. He said he felt so bad. They had just recorded in the studio and then he was like, they're from Philly. So the guy was like, oh, I'm glad I had my knife on me, but they were old. So I was like, who gets into a shootout with the dope? Not him against them, but he got into a shootout and they happened to be following him while this gunfire is getting crossed. So please go watch it. Britney Spears is officially free after 13 years of being under conservatorship, but with her father. So
Shorty got out on some Tupac shit.
She got a lawyer real quick and said, I'll level up. My mental game is tight. I want me back again. 13 years. He stole her whole.
She then came out and took shots at Christina Aguilera. She about to sue everybody who was involved.
Oh, and she about to get that money. And she probably gonna come out with another album and probably, because they said she only got like 60 million in her estate, but she's worth way more. I'm saying only because she was really mega at one point. Like, so I think she would have more.
Britney Spears was like the biggest pop star in the world.
She did. She was close to
7 years.
Yeah. So, but I'm happy for her freedom, because that's ridiculous. Took her whole life.
She got to chill on the Christina talk though. You know what I mean?
Christina's unbothered at this point. She still get her.
Christina was bothered by that shit. She said she needed to reach out to her. Yo, Shorty took a lot of shots at Christina, and then went on social media and did it.
Because she wants to battle her. It's just for publicity.
Battle her in what? Now, don't get me wrong, and Britney fans say what they want to say, because you ain't about to tell me she gonna battle her in a singing.
I guarantee you. I bet she probably.
She gonna battle Christina Aguilera.
I bet you that's where this is going.
So would you let Soulja Boy battle Ghostface Killer in a rap?
No, but Britney and Christina came up together.
Christina will out-sing Britney Spears. I'm not about to let you sit up here.
Right, but Britney is a performer like Beyonce.
What the fuck does that have to do with singing?
I'm telling you, her performing and her dancing might get her further.
Nah, fam, I'm not even about to let you disrespect Christina in her octaves like this.
I like Christina, but I'm just saying, like, Britney is a performer. That's why she.
I mean, but we talking about singing.
Again, sometimes the performers do way better than the singers. Look at Beyonce.
Nah, bro, and the singing. Okay.
She's an entertainer. That's all I'm saying.
So listen. That's the last time you're gonna take a shot at Beyonce.
That's not a shot, though.
I can't let this continue. Okay. I'm gonna have to drop a diss track on you.
That's not a shot.
I'm gonna have to drop a diss track on you if you do it again.
Anyway, I'm moving on to my next topic. Stephanie Mills and Shaka Khan did verses.
Yeah.
I love both of them. They are legends in their they are legends in their own right. If Shaka wanted to come on stage and sit there and let them play the songs, I would have been okay with that. Now, I think she was more high than drunk. And then some people said that they thought she had arthritis, which it looked like she could have, because she could barely move a little bit, and arthritis will do that. But shout out to Stephanie Mills.
Arthritis gonna have you on stage looking drunk?
No, arthritis will have your like not being able to walk like that. Like, I mean, like your limbs a little. But as far as, I think she was high, because then when the daughter came on, she looked like a hot mess.
Wow. That's how you feel?
Her outfit was too small. If the outfit was a little bigger, then yeah, but her titties were all out.
Why you can't just pay homage, yo? Like, maybe
I am paying homage. I enjoyed the verses. I did, regardless of what. But I'm saying, like, when the daughter came up, it made sense. Like, oh, maybe she was high. But at the end of the day, these are two legends that, like, I don't care if they sung or they didn't. They did. I could listen to the album, but Stephanie Mills looked wonderful.
Yeah, you went to the Wendy Williams School of Compliments. I see. It was a cool versus. I do agree though. You could definitely tell there was something going on with Shaka. I loved the way Stephanie Mills held her down throughout that process. Like,
if you ain't had a friend like that, something wrong.
Even if there was something going on, Stephanie Mills held it down, yo. And Stephanie Mills' catalog, she needs to get more credit for that. You know what I'm saying? And she a real one too, yo. If you ever got a chance to listen to Stephanie Mills talk or her interviews, like, yo, Stephanie Mills be on some thug shit out here. And don't say nothing bad about Michael Jackson, because she'll do you. You know
right. She I love Stephanie Mills, and shout out to a second father of mine, M2May, who did a lot of work with Stephanie Mills, did a lot. And I just thought it was dope. I don't know if he was able to watch the verses, but it was really good seeing them. Honestly, every time I see the older artists on verses, it makes me happy, because I know that, you know, a lot of them didn't make it, you know what I mean? And they're in their 70s. So it's like, that's why I was like, they didn't have to get up and sing, because you ain't proving nothing to nobody. We gonna still stream your music, but it keeps them relevant.
I want to see Eddie Murphy and Terrence Trent D'Arby in the verses.
You're on your own, son.
Why? Why you like this? Like, what's your problem?
You're on your own, son. That's it.
If you get a chance to see Eddie Murphy perform "Put Your Mouth on Me" and "What's Up,"
I don't want that chance.
Michael Jackson, and then
I would want to go see Eddie Murphy and stand up. That's it.
You get a chance to see Terrence Trent D'Arby do "Wishing Well" and do.
I do like him. I'm not gonna lie, but I wouldn't want them to do nothing together. I don't like Eddie Murphy as a singer.
Why not do a versus?
Because you'll be the only one watching it. A friend of mine,
you getting a diss track, yo.
A friend of mine works with CeeLo Green, and he's trying to get CeeLo Green with Busta. What is your take on that?
Busta gonna eat CeeLo Green alive.
I said it would be entertaining though.
Unless CeeLo doing his Goody Mob stuff too. And I know CeeLo got his, but man, ain't nobody checking for CeeLo like that in comparison to Busta Rhymes.
But it'll be a good.
If you do Busta Rhymes, you literally have to do a Missy Elliott or somebody of that stature. Everybody keeps saying they want to see Busta Rhymes, but don't nobody want to be honest about it. Okay, if you're gonna do a Busta Rhymes, it needs to be a Missy Elliott or somebody. It needs to be somebody who can literally hang with him. Okay, y'all keep trying to put motherfucking Charlie Brown from Leaders of the New School up against Busta Rhymes. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But Busta Rhymes said he doesn't care who it's with. He just
because Busta out here trying to get that paper from that verses, and Busta already know that he gonna wash 95% of the people that's gonna go up.
Right, so it wouldn't even matter.
You can put now you can possibly put Busta Rhymes up against LL.
Yeah, but he ain't doing that. LL not doing that.
You could, I mean, but it's got to be somebody who has a catalog.
They said KRS-One should have been up against LL.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Okay, I like KRS-One.
You don't think that would have worked?
KRS got joints.
Mm-hmm.
He's not winning no fucking battle against LL Cool J.
Okay? He may not win, but it's.
I personally think KRS-One should have went head up with Rakim. It should have been a two guys.
I definitely think that should have
happened. Back and forth, and then we should have seen that. You know what I'm
definitely think that should have happened.
We should have just let them get on the joint and just freestyle the joint. Because as much as I like KRS-One, I feel like there's a number of rappers in the 80s that KRS-One really did not want to smoke with. Okay, and this is a whole nother conversation. I know the old heads probably gonna go at me about this, but I don't give a fuck. I like KRS-One, okay, but KRS-One, he ain't want no smoke with Coogee Rap, okay. He ain't want no smoke with Rakim, all right. Big Daddy Kane was always on some other shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane is disrespectful. All right. So
I still enjoy Big Daddy Kane.
And then I've heard previously, which I don't even know if it's the truth or not, of people saying that, and I don't think this is the truth, but people saying that Rakim ghost wrote for KRS-One.
Rakim?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now that I don't know.
But y'all gonna stop disrespecting Busta with this bullshit.
So let's see. Only time will tell.
I want to see Q-Tip in the verses with somebody.
With who though? Who would you put Q-Tip with?
Honestly, you could do Q-Tip and Busta.
You could do Q-Tip and Busta, but those are totally two different vibes. You know that, right? Like,
no, but
it's this vibe and then that vibe.
They came up together, and then you got an opportunity to see them do their verses from Scenario.
Ooh, that would be good.
And people will sleep. But
you know, Q-Tip is really cocky.
Q-Tip got I'm gonna keep it a buck when I say this. Q-Tip is literally in my top lyricists of all time.
I agree.
Don't nobody want the problems with Q-Tip. Q-Tip is nice.
No, Q-Tip is nice, and I've seen them in person.
I want to see Tony battle.
They want to be in the battle. Because I seen them do a video and tag versus, but against who?
Raphael Sadiq could do a whole fucking versus by himself.
Yeah, I don't know why we can't do that, because since D'Angelo did it, I don't see why we can't do that for, but only time will tell.
We'll see.
All right. Well, this has been a wonderful, interesting show today. We talked a lot about justice and a lot about music and all that other good stuff. So, any last thoughts, Will?
I'm muzzling myself today. I want to see change. I want things to get better, but I need for people to stop being so emotionally lazy. I need people to start reading more. I need us to get out and vote. I know everybody is not keen on Joe Biden, this and that and the other, but if we don't get out and vote and we don't get these midterm elections across, they're never going to have a chance to get anything done.
I agree.
I do not want to see Donald Trump in office again. I don't want to see one of his.
And I feel like he's gonna run again.
I don't want to see one of his ass needs to be locked up. I don't want to see one of his minions in office. So I'm praying that we all get it together. I'm praying that Joe Biden gets it together too, because Joe can be a little reckless with the mouth, but that's the Pennsylvania in him. So I expect it. But yeah. So what are you listening to and what are you watching?
So I'm still watching all my great series BMF is over now. Yo,
that finale?
Oh, I can't wait till next season.
When he hit Shorty with that, I love you too, boo. Boom! I was like, oh!
But I feel like he's gonna crack.
Yeah, he looked like he about to tell.
He's about to crack, and he gonna be the one to sell them out. So let's stay tuned to season 2. But I really feel like he about to crack. So I was watching that. Now, of course, it's Power Book. That's my next thing. Listening to anything new, honestly. I don't have one thing in particular. I've been spending time just listening to music and sitting in silence, listening to music, if that makes sense. Yeah, so silence has been my go-to right now, honestly, getting my mind right. So not too much. What about you?
That Silk Sonic album is getting mad burned, yo. They created a genius level album, and I love it. Even though it's only 9 tracks, I love it. And
it's one more than an EP.
And the fact that they said that it's that they're going to continue to do music together is amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more of them. I just watched a Hulu documentary on Janet Jackson and
Oh,
the Super Bowl uh the Super Bowl thing that happened with Justin Timberlake. And not gonna lie, I always knew Justin kind of got off scot-free, but I didn't know the boy went out like that. And I lost a lot of respect for him.
what? Like he intentionally did that and she didn't know?
Yeah, it was more or less he was on some sucker shit. I mean, basically, if you watch the documentary, he made a career off the back of what happened with her. And from what you get of it, it's more or less of people say, oh, they didn't ruin her career. I believe they ruined her career. I believe they were putting out stops to her career because a lot of stuff was shut down. Things weren't the same.
And she was sexual in her own right, but that was different. Was she in this documentary though? Did she speak?
No.
Oh.
No. This was a lot of the people who were involved in the scandal.
Okay.
A lot of the people, and even the people in the documentary was like, yo, we should have defended Janet more. Like Janet got the wrong end of the stick. But she has a documentary coming out in January that I'm really excited to see.
Oh, so I'd rather watch that. I want her take. We don't hear from her.
Watch that, but I would suggest watching this Hulu documentary also. If you're a Justin Timberlake fan, I'm gonna say right now, when it's done, you are not gonna be a Justin Timberlake fan.
Wow.
You're gonna go some fuck him. If I see this nigga in the street,
wow.
Like, and I ain't mean, whatever. I use the N word, but
right, because we know he's not that. But okay, so I'm definitely gonna
watch that. What else am I watching?
I do want to watch the Venus and Serena.
That was so good. I watched that on Friday. It's Oscar season for Will Smith, yo. Will Smith don't win the Oscar for that joint. And Anjanae, oh man, I'm gonna butcher her name, yo. She was awesome. She did the Clark sister joint too.
Mm-hmm.
She was awesome as the mother, in the film also. I need to look up her name, but they both did incredible jobs. That was a really good film. What else am I watching? Is that it? I've been catching up on a lot of stuff that I hadn't watched before. But yeah, those things are really good to watch and see. And I just started rewatching The Get Down, which Netflix, fuck you, okay? Because The Get Down was hip hop's origin, and we needed that story, okay? And y'all let Baz Luhrmann come out and do the fucking story and then stop, and y'all cheated us, okay? Because I want to know what ends up happening in Shaolin Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? What does Books do? Now, y'all need to give us another part of the story, B. You know what I'm saying? And the soundtrack was fire. Why are you cheating us, bro?
It was. I did watch To Get Down.
You know what I'm saying? But you give us 85 motherfucking seasons of 13 reasons something. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? It's covering too much death, yo. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Put them people back on the joint, you know what I'm saying, for the Get Down, yo, because I need to see the finished story. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck happened to Mylene? You know what I'm saying? Did Shorty become cracked out? Like, why you do this to me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep putting this hip-hop stuff on TV, yo. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker get into it, and then you take it from us. Like, what's your problem?
Well, it's not. They just don't. They feel like they didn't get the ratings, more than likely.
It was a popular show. It didn't continue because he didn't want to be the showrunner for the second part of the joint. So you need to get somebody who's going to commit to it. Quit wasting our fucking time, man.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm feeling. I'm still bopping the Kevin Ross album because I know Shakira gonna hate, but
I'm not hating. He's a cool
support independent artist, even though Shakira don't want to. Because
I bumped him when he first came out.
That's not.
I don't feel like listening to that. It's not the mood that I'm in right now. I don't want to listen to that.
Let's not. Well, Shakira wants to listen to Adele.
No, I don't want to listen to Adele either.
Let's not forget that Shakira worked for George Bush in his in his rerun for president. So we know where she stands. You know what I'm saying? We know what she wants.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Anyhow.
She listens to Machine Gun Kelly and she screams out, "That's my nigga." So I don't want to, you know. I'm just gonna put that out there. Yeah,
This guy
y'all don't know.
jokes. Anyway, all right. Well, we thank you for watching and listening to this show today. We hope that you have enjoyed it as usual. Continue to like, share, comment, all that good stuff.
Respect the arts and cash app a black man today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or black woman. or I mean, cash app whoever you want to cash app. But cash app
who you want to cash app. But
cash app is right here. Well, no, it's not right there.
He might be soliciting, but we don't really know what he's soliciting for.
Listen, I'm a for gummy bears and some horchata. So, shout out to Cardi B. Yo, Cardi B did a great job on the AMAs last night.
Oh, I know she looked amazing. That's for sure.
Cardi B always look amazing.
She does. I don't take that away from her at all. But yeah, go Cardi B. Go get your coins.
Oh, and if you haven't seen the was it The Harder They Fall? Please
People should have watched that by now. It's in the top 10.
No, Regina King is so damn beautiful. Like, bro, what's the problem, bro? I would write Regina King a bad check if she asked me to.
I don't think she would want you to write a bad check, but okay. Anyway, all right. We love you. Yeah, Regina, just be a part of her fan. Send her some fan mail.
I ain't no groupie.
Do people still do that?
I ain't no groupie. Let's end this episode so I could daydream about Regina.
All right, we love y'all.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
Peace until next time.